What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm continuing with those blasts from the past, y'all. It's time for my Harpie Simorgh deck. I told you guys I was going to build you one, and I have two, so you're going to get two variations of Harpies and Simorgh, and I know many of you are very excited to see this. This is probably one of my most... No, I've crafted some really good shit. So this is basically where I will start now in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really am relying on my main deck to definitely carry most things. God, there's a lot of stuff to say. Because I did say a good portion of it with the other video that's going to go up in conjunction to this. Because I have a lot of videos up right now. So why not just go ahead and just give you guys the full degree. So I told you I was going to build a few decks for Dark Simorgh. And I am. This variation of Dark Simorgh is definitely going to take you guys into what I would say is still Edison format. And definitely relying on some things from Edison format to keep itself at bay. While it's not my most constructed deck of Harpies, I will honestly and truly say that there was a lot of things that I've learned from this. I learned what really meant to be... I say I learned a lot of being a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. And maybe it even molded what started off to be then, because I am not gonna lie to you, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been expensive. Don't never let anyone tell you otherwise, because oh my god, I've been still looking for cards to even build up this. I have like cards in a whole shop right now for TCG player. I have not ordered yet, because I still constantly look at things and like, I'm missing this, I'm missing that, I don't have this, I don't have that. So you can understand why a lot of things are not where they are. But one thing that I can honestly say is I can pull my stuff together and I can make a deck out of anything and prosper with it. Now, with this variation, there is no black wings in it except for one. And most of the... in the extra deck. And in most of the stuff, I'm going to be honest with you, I just pulled together because it's synchros and stuff that I had on hand. This is literally what you were building with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Did not have a lot of really good standard stuff or anything. But you did just manage to what you had to when you had it. So, with that said and told, let's go ahead through this Harpie and Simorgh deck. So, starting off are the monsters, and of course, the boss monster of the deck itself. 2 copies of Dark Simorgh. Now, following that are the Harpie engine. I'm running 3 copies of Harpie Queen with 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1 and 2 copies of Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon. You can also fit into the 2 Flying Kamakiris, the 2 Miss Valley Soldiers. Oh, sorry, I had to remember to scoot this over so you guys can see all of that. Alright, then I'm rocking 1 copy of Blackwing Girl of the Whirlwind, 1 copy of Summoner Monk, 1 copy of Singian, 1 copy of Mystic Tomato, and 1 copy of Krebins. Alright, that's it for my monsters. I know, a lot on the win side, ain't it? Welcome to playing the deck with HPJ. Alright, moving on from there are now my spell cards. So, triple copies of Elegant Egotist, double copies of Harpie's Hunting Ground, 2 copies of Swallow's Nest, Pot of Avarice, Lightning Vortex, Giant Trunade, MST, Foolish Burial, and Burial from a Different Dimension. Moving on into the trap cards. 2 Hysteric Party, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 2 Icarus Attack, a Call on the Haunted, and a Mirror Force. Alright, that is it for the main deck. That's a total of 40. And then for the extra, 1 copy of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, 2 copies of Allied Justice Catastor, 2 or 3 copies of Blackwing Armwing, Phrynic, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Gaia Knight, the Force of the Earth, Psychic Light Chancer, Black Rose Dragon, Arcanite Magician, Ancient Fairy, Colossal Fighter, Stardust Dragon, and Thought Ruler Archfiend. So that is pretty much it for all of the corresponding cards for the extra deck. So I guess I'll do like I did in my other video. I'm just going to focus on the extra deck first. So Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon is basically here to help you with the machine monsters in the game. Because if this is correct, this is around Edison format as well, and this is a variant of Harpie that can play as well. But Machina was the thing. Dealing with Machina, simple. Summon a Chimera Tech with Cyber Dragons from your extra deck. From your side deck. Swap them in. Put on your Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons hats and keep it going. I can easily run 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons because the thing about it is that Harpies did not really rely too much on their extra deck, but they did have a lot of support cards to try to help with that. And those are the things that we focused on there, while also being able to side in a lot of things to also fit into that. Cyber Dragon for some beat sticks, system downs to help deal with machines. So you had a lot of your ins and outs to it. Then from there are all of our synchros. And while I don't have all of my synchro monsters, the ones that I can mention for you, I can leave in the comment section if you like to. But Catastor, because you can use Mind Control and Brain Control. Armwing, Mind Control, Brain Control. Same thing with Brionac, same thing with Gaia. Goyo's not here because I don't have a Goyo. Flamethrower Urquasis because I don't have a Flamethrower Urquasis. So all those good 6s, all that range. But I did have a lot of 7s. Why? Because there were a lot of 4 and 6 situations. I forgot about Krebins too. My bad, Krebins. I completely forgot about you. But Krebins is here. Krebins said hi. Sangan and Krebins. Krebins and Sangan, for my 4s and 5s. But for my 5s and 6s. But for my 7s, definitely Psychic Life Transfer. Black Rose Dragon. Nuke that field. Summoner Monk and the Tuner. Bam. Here you go. My Ancient Fairy Dragon. Blow up field spell. Go get my Hunting Ground. Gain 1,000. Activate her effect. Put a new monster onto the field. Do some shenanigans with them. Thought Roller Archfiend. Kills a big beat stick. Stardust Dragon for negating destruction. And our boy Colossal Fighter just for another body. We're going to put Chimera Tech here to fill in the gap. But there are a couple other monsters you can easily play into these decks. If you have the room or if you have those particular monsters. I just don't have those particular monsters. Even at some points, I don't even think I own them. So, that is it for that lineup of things. And now let's go ahead and go on into the main deck itself. So we're going to start off with our monster cards. And we're going to lead off with Dark Simorgh. Dark Simorgh, of course, banish a dark, banish a wind. Special summon this from your respective areas. If it's in your hand, you banish the cards from the grave. If it's in your grave, you banish from your hand. Simorgh is basically here to lock your opponent into not being able to set cards on the field. If you combine this with the continuous trap, anti-spell fragrance, you're basically locking your opponent out of being able to set both spells and traps, as well as even setting monsters, so they can't really go on the defensive. Now, this is just one of those big strategies, of course, that happens because they happen. You can easily, there are ways to play around this, which many people did, but if they couldn't, there was no way to really get out of a lock like this. Then you use your Harpie monsters to help you blow up cards while you had residuals from all your other cards to basically help you just sustain some synchro monsters or just sustain some type of defenses while you could. But this is ultimately one of your end goals, was to have this on the field with the anti-spell fragrance and the Harpies Hunting Ground. So this is 2,900 attack, 1,200 defense with the Harpies coming in to blow a back row. You had the anti-spell to force your opponent to set their spells, but you can set your spells. So definitely some things there. Alright, moving on from those are Harpie Queen, Harpie Lady 1, and Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon. So this is your Harpie engine. Now, you can put in Cyber Harpie Lady if you wanted the beat stick. You can put in Harpie Lady Sisters if you wanted the additional monsters. You can easily fit in the range of things. But you do have to remember, there was no queen, there was no dancer, there was no harpist, there was no channeler. We had none of that back then. We simply had to rely on other wind monsters in what little Harpie support that we had going into this to basically make this what it was then. This is honestly still, I would say, the era where we definitely were humbled and we cherish what we have. Because we literally had nothing at all and had to rely on everything we could. So some Yu-Gi-Oh players don't know that. Some did not. Some of us had to go switch to other decks too to even survive things. Because, oh boy, pre-channeler Yu-Gi-Oh was not fun. No. If you're a Harpie player and you're playing pre-channeler, No, you're probably playing Harpies with a whole bunch of stun cards. And even then, your options were varied. So, that is it for the Harpie lineup. Oh, I guess I should reiterate things, huh? So, this is your field spell searcher. This is a monster that gives you additional buff. And your target for Ellie negatives. When you have multiple Harpies on the field, this monster gains multiple effects. The main two that you would like are, of course, the double the attack and original attack and defense, and the ability to pop cards on the field when you have 3 or more. Alright, that is it for the Harpies. Then some generic fill-ins, of course, the Flying Kamakiri number 2 to help either bring out the Harpie lady or your Harpie Fat Baby Dragon. So that'll help you deal with one issue over the other. Your Miss Valley Soldier, love this guy, especially because we are running Summoner Monk in the deck. So you can discard a spell and then play Summoner Monk and then go get your Miss Valley Soldier. Then you can have a level 8 synchro right there. I love hanging out with Miss Valley Soldier because the Miss Valleys were definitely some useful monsters to coincide with the Harpies. Then we're going to give the Dark Monsters some love now. So I have Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind, who is a loved tuner monster. Have the attack of a monster on the field be able to just synchro into a lot of your 6s and 7s. We have Krebins to help us deal with some 6s, some 7s, some 6s, maybe a couple of little lower level synchros as well. Krebins and these were my tuners. I had 3 tuners into that. So why not play around with them? I've already mentioned him, but I do love me some Summoner Monk. Discard a spell, so summon a level 4 monster from your deck, and even that monster can attack, but that's perfectly fine because you're going to synchro with it. Your target is, of course, your Miss Valley Soldier. Your Sangan to help you search for pieces as well, and then Mr. Tomato to help you search out for either one of these. So, yeah. If I had more Mr. Tomatoes, I'd probably put him in. Probably maybe 2 Tomato, 2 Flying Kamakiri, because you also remember those are your recruiters. And recruiters can be definitely beneficial for things. Alright, moving from there, we have talked about the monsters, so let's go into these spells. So, I want to do the one spells, because why not? Burial to reset all of the cards that have been banished back into the grave. Foolish to send some work to the grave. MST to blow up back row. Giant Trine to get rid of back row. Vortex, because there was no Dark Hole yet, keywords, and there was no Raigeki. Pot of Avarice to recycle pieces. Swallow's Nest to swap out your Harpies for either your Miss Valley monster or other Harpies. Speaking of those other Harpies, Harpies Hunting Ground, of course, after the spell of choice, to give your buff to your Winged Beast monsters while also being able to destroy back row. Allegheny Gitis to special summon more Harpies to the board. Alright, that is it for the spell cards. And now we're going to go straight into the traps. We've already talked about Anti-Spell Fragrance, so it's just going to sit right here. Hysteric Party to bring the Harpies from the grave onto the board to do some swarm and to give some additional buffs to our baby pet dragon. Icarus Attack, a staple in many Winged Beast decks. Tribute your Winged Beast to destroy 2 cards on the field and definitely helps out with getting rid of the spot removal. Call the Haunted to bring monsters back from the grave. And then Mirror Force, because why not, right? You need some defense support. That is what Mirror Force is here for. Now, there are many cards that I can mention, but I'm going to leave that for the comment section, so that way I don't have to sit here and drag out this video any longer than it needs to be. So, I have enjoyed going down this bit of memory lane with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy going down this bit of memory lane with me. I will most likely have another video for just plain Harpie Lady, and that'll probably be the video I'll focus on. I'll call it the Harpie Edison version. But, yeah, I played enough with Dark Simorgh. I had enough fun with Dark Simorgh, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me hang out with Dark Simorgh. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and of course, it helps out my channel so much when you guys watch my content. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out tremendously. You can hit that notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. Social media links, they are in the description box below, and playlists will be available to my content as well if you guys would like to see more, not only these retro deck profiles, but other things as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.